Now, today we start the second part of our forum for subject advanced educational psychology, where we will focus in this part regarding the motivation and classroom management. Alright, now we go to our third topic, which is we are going to discuss about the motivation, teaching and learning. So I'll start about the motivation, where the motivation is the process that energize, direct and sustain the behavior of a person. So basically, if we look about this perspective of motivation, there are four perspectives, which is behavior, humanistic, cognitive and social perspective. When we talk about behavior perspective, it's emphasize external reward and punishment as key in determine a student motivation. So it's about rewards. Okay, and when we talk about the humanistic perspective, it stressed on students' capacity for personal growth, freedom to choose their destiny and positive quality. And when we talk about the cognitive perspective, so it's more towards how the students cognitively or thought guide their motivation. And lastly, about the social perspective, is focuses on the needs of the needs for affiliation or relatedness is the motivate to be securely connected with other people. But basically, when we talk about this motivation, when we can relate with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, in order to get this motivation, we can follow the hierarchy of needs by Maslow, where at the bottom level of the pyramid is a psychological, where it's inner self. Then the safety that we have in order for us to go further, love and belongings. So it can compare children's or person who have love and feel belonging, they are motivated more compared than those are not. Self-esteem, their own self-esteem is important to motivate themselves. And lastly, self-actualization, when they have the purpose, they have the rights, they have the ideas and thought, what they want to achieve and what they want to get is important to motivate themselves. Okay, so Sarah, can you explain this motivation, how it can improve to achieve something, in a process to achieve something, how this motivation can help?
Okay, sure Shiki. Okay, in order for students to achieve something in their life, they need to remember these three words.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is effort.
Okay.
The
effort.
second one is persistence. The third one is strategies.
Effort, persistence and strategies. Okay.
Okay, maybe you can add another one is resilience.
Resilient.
Okay.
Effort,
First,
persistence, strategies and resilience. Four.
Okay.
Okay.
So in order to achieve something in their life,
Okay.
they need four of these continuously. Okay, persistently.
Okay.
Okay. So the very first thing the student need to do is goal setting.
Okay.
Okay, goal setting should be very clear, specific, and also something that you can achieve for. Okay, so you cannot fix something that is impossible. You cannot fix something. Let's say you fix a goal, you want to be in good weight. Let's say you want to decrease the weight until 30 in 1 week. So it's surely impossible. So before you set the goal, you need to think first whether this goal is achievable or not. Okay, the first one. The second one is effort and persistence. Okay, you need the student need to take a lot of effort in order to achieve something. So and it should be persistence. Okay, so let's say she want to get good marks in English. So she need to do lots of efforts, like attending the tuition classes, focusing while the teacher is teaching, finding for the good tutor to help her in understanding maybe essay writing or whatever, in order to get good marks. And it should be persistence, meaning this week maybe normally when we see the student, they are very focused in 1 week, and then another week they become then the third week they become motivated. So it cannot be like that. It doesn't work like that.
It need to be continuous.
Yes, it need to be continuous, and the effort need to be persistence in order to achieve something.
Okay.
Until you get it, you need to work hard for it. Okay. The third one is cognitive engagement, where you need to set a goal in your mind. Okay. Let's say a student want to get just now I said, right, she want to get good marks in essay in English. Maybe she need to set in her mind that she want to get good marks in English, meaning she need to set the goal in her cognitive level. It's not about saying to others, I surely will get A, I surely can score good marks in English. It's not about saying. It's about setting your goal and then work hard for it. Meaning you set it in the cognitive level, so your brain is ready for it. Your brain is ready to do all those efforts, all those sleepless nights, ready to face all the things in order to get something. So if you didn't set the goal in the cognitive level, it can change in any time. Maybe influence from your friends can change their motivation. They can change their goals. Maybe her friends is telling it's not about getting a good marks. It's about attending the class. Let's say. So she might think, correct also the word that she said. Maybe it's okay to not to get A. Maybe I can perform well. So it reduced already. Meaning the goal should be set and it should be fixed in our cognitive level.
In cognitive psychology, they mentioned about goal state. So this goal state is
exactly.
Alright.
Okay. Then the fourth one is resilience. Meaning you need to bounce back. If let's say you wanted to get A, but in your exams maybe you got B plus. Maybe you need to bounce back. Meaning okay, I failed in my life. You cannot come to one conclusion that you already failed in your life. It's not about failing. It's about bouncing back. It's about chasing the goal that you set before. So that is what we call resilience. Meaning you don't sit and then after you fail you don't sit in one place. Meaning after you fail you sit, you cry, and then you come back. That is what we call resilience. Okay. The fifth one is choice of strategies. Meaning you need to choose the correct choices. Okay, correct strategies in order to achieve something. It is totally depend on the goal. Okay, let's say you want to get good marks. Maybe the strategies is attending the tuition classes, choosing the correct tutor. But for other thing, maybe if you want to lose weight, the strategies are different. Maybe you need to reduce taking sugar. Maybe you need to reduce taking the carbohydrate and so on. So the strategies is totally depend on the goals. So in order to achieve something, you need to be, again I'm telling the keywords. Okay, the first one is effort. Is very important. Persistence, strategies, and the last one is resilience.
Alright. And then if you talk about the goals, I would like to share about one statement or one thought from Japanese culture. They call ikigai, the purpose of life. That's why if we have we know the purpose is of our life. We know what is the goal for this particular situation, that we can have the resilience, persistence, and strategy to achieve it.
And also we don't get distracted by the environment.
Not easily distracted. Sometimes it's been distracted, but it's not easily been distracted.
Normally, when we want to we want to lose our weight, we easily get distracted with delicious food.
Okay, so when we talk about motivation for the students for become better performance, one of the things that we need to focus also is about the relationship. Okay, when we talk about the relationship, students' social relationship have a tremendous impact on their lives. Their interaction with others can profoundly affect their achievement and social motivation. This is when we look back into did you know the Bro-Friend-Burner theory of ecological system, ecological relationship, among an individual. So the microsystems and also mesosystems play a large role for the students' motivation to perform better in their life. One of the thing is demographic characteristic, meaning in the family itself, parents and children's relationship play a role in terms of motivation of the students. How the child's been rearing is not only about the relationship, it's also about the parenting style of the parents will influence their child motivation. That's one. There's many research nowadays that mention if we are too overprotective to our children, it can enhance or reduce. It can reduce the child motivation or self-esteem in order to pursue something. Okay. Other than that, peer stimulation, peer group between the students and the friends also play important roles. Between the friends to the students also play important roles. Maybe the way of Sarah communicate with Bamboo will influence me to have motivation to do better in my performance, you know. So that one is peer. Teachers also important in order to give information or to motivate the children's or student performance. And lastly, teachers and parents relationship is important for the students' achievement. Okay, so it's not one main show in order to get the students to become better in their performance, but it's holistically approach from everybody that in the student circle. So Bamboo, can you explain to us how motivation can relate with exploring achievement difficulties? How this motivation can help us?
Okay, Siti. Okay, Shikun. So for achievement and difficulties can emerge when students struggle to set their goals, a clear goal, and lack a plan to achieve the goal, and fail to monitor their progress. So for these difficulties can also stem from academic expectations and a tendency to avoid failure to protect their self-worth, procrastination, perfectionism, anxiety, or simply losing interest in school. So first of all, low achievers with low expectations. It's crucial for teachers and parents to encourage support a consistent encouragement and support. And then they have the courage to cope with the difficulties. And for some other like procrastination or perfectionism, there are some strategies can help. So first, there are some strategies can help in reducing the fear of failure and boosting motivation. I will use SPE to help us.
SPE
is setting realistic goals.
Setting realistic goals.
Yeah,
Number one,
encourage
right.
students to set. And the P is pride in effort. Means not to compare our students with each other, to respect their effort, to encourage, to praise their effort, and to focus on the progress.
Focus on the progress.
Yeah. E is encouragement. Okay. For students who struggle with procrastination, motivation can be calculated by A, E, D. A is acknowledge procrastination. Help students to realize, okay, maybe you have the procrastination. And then, if they realize they have the problem, they will think some strategies to solve it. E is effective time management. Help them to set yearly goals like this is a new year. Set yearly goals and set yearly goals and set monthly goals and weekly goals and day goals. Yeah. Important thing is to we need to make the conclusion reflection. It's important. We can let our students, our children, to write their goals into the notebook and spend every day, every night, spend 3 minutes to make the conclusion.
Reflection,
Yeah, reflection. And the D is divided tasks. It's like we have a big assignment and then we divide into different tasks. For in dealing with perfectionism, we have some strategies, which is P, which is R-E. R is reframe perfectionism. We can help students, children to realize the advantages and the disadvantages of it, and help them to realize in different situations what things they need to keep perfect, and for some things maybe they don't need to perfect. And E is embrace resilience. To focus on the progress, focus on the effort. To realize our life is like a journey, and for our life, it's a consistent process. So we will not lose for one thing, for one goal. Even if we cannot realize one goal, okay, it doesn't matter. We can go forward, and then to adjust ourselves to solve, to realize our new dreams. It's important. And for us, for other problems, we need to help our students to form the resilience and drive to realize their own eager for their lives. Okay.
So Sarah also mentioned about resilience. Bamboo also mentioned about resilience. That's important things of self-resilience in the motivation state. I would like to strengthen on what Bamboo mentioned about the goals. So we need to have short-term goals in life because of the day, month, and year you mentioned just now.
Yeah.
And so we need to have short-term goals, intermediate goals, and long-term goals in ourselves, and reflect each day, right?
Yeah, and I also think resilience is connected with the mindset. It's like a growth mindset. When we help our students to form the growth mindset, I also want to recommend one book. Its name is The Toilsome of Learning.
Toilsome.
I'm not sure the English edition's name. The Chinese name is 学习之道.
学识之道.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's about this book is about how to learn the regular basis of learning, and the book is written by an American chess player. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Wow.
I will share the book to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Individual variation, multicultural dimension, and now we have the motivation to become a very good teachers in order to enhance our students' performance. We are going to the last topic of today. How time flies. We are at our last slot of today, last topic of today, which is the important topic in education, managing the classroom. So classroom management is important because it maximizes children's learning opportunity. However, there are some issues that influence for the ineffective classroom management, where it includes teacher-student ratio. We know nowadays, is it similar to China? The ratio of teachers and students are very large,
Are very large.
meaning that in Malaysia, there's about 1 to 40 now. 1 to 40 students in a class. Is it the same thing happen?
Yeah.
So that's teacher-students ratio that also can influence the classroom management become ineffective. Limited time for the teachers and the students because of we have a lot of things to do, a lot of things to do in the school. So beside of that is lack of personal relationship between teachers and students. Yeah, limited time meaning lack of personal touch of the students. And lastly, all this will lead to discipline problems of the students. However, we want to focus on the classroom management. For the effective classroom management goals, here we are focusing into two, where the effective classroom management to help students spend more time on learning and less time on non-goal directed activity. And number two, effective classroom management is to prevent students from developing academic and emotional problems. Okay, Sarah. How can you share with us how to design the physical environment in the classroom and how to create positive environment in the classroom in order to get effective classroom management?
Sure, Shikin. First of all, I would like to share about the physical environment. Okay, the first one is layout and also furniture arrangement.
Okay.
In the classroom, we have cupboards, we have tables, we have teachers' tables, we have whiteboards, and also the bookshelves. Okay, reading corners.
The must have, huh?
Must have. So we, as a teacher, class teacher, we need to make sure that the layout is flexible and also it has a clear pathways for the students to go for another place, meaning they can walk without any distractions. Okay, the very first one. The second one is lighting. Okay, I would like to suggest that in all the classrooms we need to make sure that the students get enough sunlight. Okay, in order for them to boost their energy, boost their motivation to focus in the classroom rather than focusing on the lighting. Okay, so if not mistaken, all the classroom have their windows. So every morning, teachers need to ask the student to open the windows to get some fresh air and also to get some sunlights. Okay, the third one is color scheme. So before the school starts, okay, the teacher need to focus on the color scheme around the class. Maybe blue colors, maybe greens, to enhance their focus in the classroom. Okay, and the fourth one is classroom decor. Okay, the classroom decor cannot be too much. Okay, it need to be limited, and also it need to be effective too. Let's say the teachers can focus on maybe the motivational quotes or the prayers. Okay, so it is beneficial for the students. When they enter the classroom, they can read the quotes, and it makes them to increase their motivation level. Maybe for Muslim students, they have some prayers on the wall. Maybe they before they start to learn, they can perform their prayers and so on. The fifth one is technology integration. For meantime, I'm not sure all the school have their LCDs in the classroom or not, but it is good to have it. Okay, but if let's say the school cannot afford to buy the LCD for each and every classroom, maybe the teacher need to buy the LCD in order to display in the classroom. Let's say the teachers having a problem to buy the LCD, maybe they can bring the student, okay, to the computer lab to perform their the lessons in the computer lab. Okay, because students loves to look at the LCD or the display interactive compared to the the old style method. Okay, chalk and talk method. They nowadays people love to watch videos, they love animations. Their concentration is will be maintained if we do our lessons by using the technology integration. Okay.
Sarah, I just wanted to add something
Uh-huh.
because me myself, I'm from different background.
Mhm.
Basically, I'm from the rehab. I agree with the color scheme where if you see in my center, we are focusing in blue and green
Yeah.
also because that's a very stimulative color in order to enhance the brain's performance. And another thing is about the classroom deco. Classroom deco is exactly different from rehab center because usually in clinic center we don't have decoration in the wall too much because it can distract the kids during the activity. That's why you can see in our wall is plain wall basically. But I just wanted to see, I just wanted to ask you, how much is not too much for the class decoration? Because I have went to some schools that everything in the wall are decorated with cartoons. Is it can help the child to focus rather than look at the decoration?
Yeah, I think for the primary school, even in all classroom they have the timetable. It is a must.
Okay.
It is a must timetable. Their classroom, their classmates' name, the teachers, their organization, and also their their works. Okay, if let's say teacher give the worksheets, they have done, they need to stick on the wall. Okay, and then this kind of thing is a must. Okay, and then reading corners is a must. So before we start any semester, the administrator need to confirm that all the classes are fulfilled with this kind of thing. Okay, then only if let's say the administrator usually will give some times for the class teacher to complete these things before the school starts. So apart from that, the cartoons, the stickers depend on the class teacher actually. So if let's say actually for Shike, for the cartoons, initially there will be cartoons on the wall.
Okay.
After some months,
No more cartoons.
no more cartoons. It will be blank. So, in my opinion, I think it is actually a good effort from the class teacher. However, the cartoons will not be in the same place after 2 to 3 months.
Okay. Alright. Continue with the positive environment,
Yes.
Sarah.
Okay. For the positive environment, the first one is building relationship.
Okay.
Student relationship and teachers relationship and teachers parents relationship
Okay.
and teachers administrators relationship. Okay, these are the relationship that need to be focused on in the schools in order to achieve something. Let's say they want to have a good disciplined student, they need to work together. Okay, so just now I said student teacher parents and teachers administrators.
Sorry for interrupt. That's why one of my lecturer mentioned Bronfenbrenner ecological theory is very important, especially related to relationship. Because now Sarah mentioned about this relationship, positive environment also is include that theory. You know.
Exactly. If you want to achieve something in the school, you want to get something from your students, you want to get some good discipline from your student, you need to have a good relationship with this kind of people.
Yes,
Meaning
yes.
student, even the student leaders board also playing an important role. Okay, in order to maintain their discipline in the school. The second one is clear expectation, meaning the class teacher need to tell directly to the student that they need to follow the rules before the teacher starts the semester. Maybe early of the year, maybe for us, maybe after the school starts, they came to know, okay, this is my students. I have, let's say, 28 in my class. So the teacher need to take some effort in order to know each one of them. Okay, and then they need to set rules that, okay, if you want to take a leave, you need to have some medical report from the doctor.
Okay.
Let's say you have some illness, maybe you have a fever, you need to go to hospitals to get checked with doctor and get some medical certificate.
Mhm.
You cannot say that you are having fever but you don't have medical certificates. So it is not a good idea for the students to be home without have any medical certificates, because in a system the teacher need to be report the students the students attendance. So the teacher need to know why the student is not attending the school. So these are the rules. I gave just now I gave one example about it. So teacher need to have a clear expectation, clear set of rules in order for the student to obey the rules. Okay. The third one is respect. Meaning the teacher need to respect the student and student need to respect among them. And then the teacher need to do some of the program that shows the teacher's respectness or the teacher's love towards the student. For example, the teacher need to have some birthday celebration. Okay, let's say in the classroom, one person, student A, having a birthday on that day. Maybe she knows early because we have the data, right? So maybe she can prepare some birthday parties, okay, or at least sing some birthday song in order for the student feel appreciated by the teacher. Okay, and then the fifth one is recognizing achievement. Okay, we as a teacher, the class teacher and also the subject teachers, we need to appreciate the students who keep their level best. Meaning, let's say the student A, in the first semester she failed the subject. The second semester she worked hard and then she got some increase, achievements. Okay, in good day she got some good marks. Maybe she shows some increase in the marks. So the teacher need to address that. Okay, the teacher need to address and reward her with good maybe gifts or stars or stickers in order to make her appreciated, to make her okay, actually I can, to enhance their extrinsic motivation.
Reinforcement.
As B.F. Skinner said, right? Reinforcement is very important because some students expecting that. Okay, let's say in a classroom, the teacher just praise a few students and another group of students not feel praised by the teacher. Maybe they feel they are not belong to that class. So the teacher need to treat all the students right and all the students same, so that they love to come to school, they feel loved by the teacher. That's why nowadays Minister of Education is focusing on guru penyayang. Okay, guru penyayang means love teachers. Okay, that is guru penyayang in Malay. Love teachers, meaning they celebrate their birthdays.
Loving teachers.
Loving
teachers.
Love
teachers.
It's a loving teacher, meaning teacher
soft and kind and calm with
when the
students.
student enter the school, they will wait for the student to greet the student.
Oh, we have the same festival to respect the teacher, love teachers. September 10th every year.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Actually, Sarah, if you're talking about that one, it's related to the Piaget theory lah, where it's about the pre-concrete and concrete operational. Because students at that age, they want to know why they need to do that. So if I become good students, because of my teachers will love me. If I'm good in my academic, I can get A's in my exam. So this link of why I need to do and what I will get is important for them to understand the situation, because there's no abstract thinking of them for the time being. So in a time then we can reduce the reinforcement, right? Anything else to add on, Sarah, because before we move to Bamboo?
That's all from me.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for the strategy that you share with us. Lastly, for Bamboo, in this last topic, Bamboo, can you share how we can become a good communicator for our students and how we want to deal with these behavior problems.
Okay, Shiken. So first, if we want to be a good communicator, there are some strategies from different parts. So first, for speaking clearly with our class, we have some strategies. First, we need to select suitable vocabulary to help our students to understand, and we need to suitable for our students' level. And number two is speak at an appropriate pace, not too quickly, not too slowly. And number three is being precise in our communication and avoid vagueness. Number four is we need to use good planning and logical thinking skills to help our students can understand. They will feel it's logic. Okay, and here are also some strategies to be a gooder speaker for our students to understand us. So first, we need to connect with our students, including eye contact. Number two, we need to state our purpose of this class.
Purpose of the class.
Of this topic. Yeah. And the number three is we need to effectively deliver to the students. We can use some methods like eye contact, some
Body language.
gestures, to help students understand. And there are also some strategies to be a good listeners. First, we need to pay careful attention to the speaker. And number two is paraphrase. It's like to make a conclusion about the paragraph, the topic. And number three is give specific feedback to the speaker. And there are also some strategies to cope with the behaviors if our students have some behavior problems. We have three key points. First is we need to confirm the behavioral problems. And number two is we need to find the reason of the behavior problem. For some students, they just want to absorb the attention from our teachers or parents because they feel they are ignored by their teachers. And number two, maybe the reason is they have some emotional problems. And number three reason is maybe they really feel some difficult problems for learning some new knowledges. Okay, and the 3 points. 3 points is we need to solve these problems. If it's the first reason, like the students want the teachers to pay attention to them, and then we need to connect with the student more and let the student fit in the classroom. And number two reason, the emotional reason, we need to also communicate with the students in private, and then we can offer some emotional strategies to help the student to express his emotion, his or her emotion suitably. And for the third reason, if the student also really feels some difficult problems in learning, we can teach some learning strategies about the study and focus on the students' learning process and help the students we can also ask other students, other classmates to help the student, and then he will become better.
That's why it's important for us as teachers, in order not assume about children's behavior or students' behavior. We cannot assume, like Bamboo mentioned, we need to know what is the problems. We need to know what is the reasons of the problems. Like I think I mentioned to you before that I have one patient that one child where it been diagnosed as anorexia. Anorexia meaning that the child don't want to eat and she become very thin. But when we dig out why she have that issue, don't want to eat, is because of she has lack of attention from the parents. The parents like to compare her with her sister who are excel in her performance. So being compared and think of less attention and acknowledgement from the parents make the child, the girl, behave like that, don't want to eat and become very thin compared than her age, you know. So we need to identify why, because children's behavior sometimes is a communication strategy for them. Why they behave like that? Because they want to communicate with us. They don't know how to communicate verbally, so they communicate with behavioral issues. It's similar like when we talk about normal students, neurotypical students. It's easy, they can communicate well. However, for neurodivergent children, they will show behavior issues in order to communicate with us. So it seems like in the class, sometimes maybe the child like to hit people. They want to communicate that they've always been hit at home. We don't know, right? So that's important for us, not as a teachers, not to assume why the behavior happened, but it's our responsibility to identify how the behavior happens. Thank you, Bamboo. I think at this last topic we have great strategies that both of you share with us, and we go to the next part after this. So we have covered all the 4 topics for today's forums. For the advanced educational psychology subject, and we covered the individual differences, the multicultural diversity, the motivation, and also the classroom management. I believe many people, especially teachers, can get as much as information from our forum today, our discussion today. But before we end, I just want to give a general question for both of you, which is not only a teachers, but they also are counselors for the schools. So what can you conclude for today? To conclude today, what is your hope for our next generation? Who want to start first? Sarah? Okay.
My hope for future generation is to I want my student to become resilient and also confident, okay, when handling their issues in their lives, okay. So why I say this, because when the student become resilient and they know how to handle the problem, they can run their life better. Okay, the first one. The second one is they should have a critical thinking, and also they should be innovative handling the problems. Okay, why? Because the world is changing rapidly, so they need to work hard in order to compete with others. Okay, so in order to compete with others, they need to have the critical thinking, and also they need to think creatively and innovatively to solve their problems. Okay, no matter in their studies or in their personal lives. Okay, the third one is lifelong learning, which is recommended by Ministry of Education. Okay, lifelong learning is something that everyone need to look at, because lifelong learning is not about you learn something that is difficult to learn or something. No, it's not about that. Lifelong learning is meaning you eager to learn something new. Okay, you open to learn something new. You are not satisfied with what you have. Okay, let's say you have you know already about counseling. maybe you go for psychology. You already learned about psychology, maybe you go for another courses. It is lifelong learning, attending the seminars, attending the webinars, attending the workshops to increase your knowledge about your particular courses. Maybe for myself, I'm certified for counseling, but I want to learn more about psychology, educational psychology, because I think if I learn about educational psychology, it will help me to understand my student better, and it will help me to solve my students' problem better. And also I have a deep understanding about why the student behave that way. So in conclusion, in my students, I want my students to have resilient and confidence in about their life, and also they need to have critical thinking and also innovative thinking. The last one is they need to learn for their lifelong, meaning lifelong they need to learn.
Learning never stop.
Yes. So for my last word, okay, for this forum, if life gives you a lemon, make a
Lemonade.
yes.
Alright, Benku, you want to share your hope for our new generation?
Okay, I want to introduce about the Professor Sahar's model about happiness. It's SPIRE, Spire. I think the higher educational goal is to educate happiness students. It's important in my opinion. So for Sahar's model, Spire is S, spiritual well-being, and P is physical well-being, I is intellectual well-being, R is relational well-being, and E is emotional well-being. Do I need to explain?
maybe in conclusion.
I can make a conclusion.
Yeah.
It means we can educate a student who is from a healthy lifestyle, and he can set his goal setting and reflection every day, and he can gain intellectual progress every day, day by day. And also, in relational level, he can communicate well with his or her teachers, families, or friends, etc. And in spiritual level, he can be he has his own meaning, his own meaning of his life, and he know he want to pursue which kind of life in his journey. So make the conclusion for one student, if he want to become a happiness person, he needs to form the healthy lifestyle, like wake up early and sleep early, and to exercise every day, and make a plan daily, make a goal setting and reflections every day, and he also can do maybe one day just spend 3 to 5 minutes mindfulness, and then to form a growth mindset, and to have he can speak well.
So I think what you have mentioned is more toward the balance in the spire, the balance in everything in life, so we can become more happy in our life, right? So as for me, when I'm talking about new generation, from Sarah and also from Bamboo, I think flexibility and adaptability of our new generation is more important in order for them to pursue in their life. Okay, what a great discussion. I hope we can have another discussion like this in the future. So this is not the first time, maybe we can have more in the future, and hope everybody can get experience on information or knowledge from the start until now. Thank you, Bamboo. Thank you, Bamboo. Thank you, Sarah. So hope to meet you